5 years ago, if someone had told us right now she was going to be living on her own in a city 3 hours away, we never would have believed it. I was 30 when I was pregnant with Molly, and a healthy person, and no reason to believe that we weren't going to have a healthy baby and a healthy, typical pregnancy. And it was at the routine ultrasound that we found out that things were a little different than we had originally thought. So at that point, we got the Down syndrome diagnosis.
We thought she was going to be a typical baby, and she wasn't. But it also changed our perspective, right, of what is typical. Nobody's typical, right? None of us sitting around here are typical. I think the biggest fear was, would society accept who she was or who she could be?
Hello, I am Molly Chaffee. I work at Leslie, and I'm living in Cambridge, Massachusetts.
Well, I think it's a mixed blessing to have a disability like Down syndrome that's a visible disability. I think in Molly's case, it's oftentimes been a disadvantage because people have certain, preconceived ideas and expectations of what she can or she can't do.
She had a spunk right away. She wanted to do everything anybody else was doing.
So the idea of Molly going to college was first driven by Molly. I think if you had asked us, we would say that we aspired at some point for Molly to get a secondary education, but we didn't know exactly when or what that would look like. Molly went to Leslie University in Cambridge, Massachusetts, specifically to the Threshold program there.
An individual with Down syndrome born 40 years ago didn't have the opportunities. Frankly, also didn't have the health care. The heart defect that Molly had, you couldn't fix it 50 years ago. So that individual's life expectancy was probably 25. Today, an individual with Down syndrome life expectancy is late 60s. That's far different.
And what I think is beautiful is her generation of peers have grown up with people like Molly included, and in the classroom and on their sports teams and in their Girl Scout troops. So they have a different outlook too.
Like your other kids, don't limit what Molly could possibly do. Give her the chance to push up against those boundaries, just like we give our other kids, right? I think if community members could just give opportunity to these individuals, and I think the opportunity piece is give them a chance at a job, give them a chance at being on that basketball team, give them a chance at doing things that we might have thought, oh, they're not capable of that. Well, give them a chance, and it might not work, but if it does, you're going to be paid back in spades.
I like being independent. It gives me a voice and things to do for myself without relying on other people to do for me.
So the opportunity we see for the Aspen Center for Learning is Utah needs something like this for these individuals after high school to have a place and an opportunity to thrive, right? We've seen it for Molly here at the Threshold program, but they need places to go to learn, to be with peers, to have job opportunities, to have the same opportunities that Molly's been given. The Aspen Center for Learning could be that opportunity, combining with all of the resources that Utah has today, but there needs to be that center for these individuals to thrive.
It sounds to me like the Aspen Center will be that wonderful next step towards independence. And I think your children are going to surprise you and amaze you with what they can do.